everybody! Ooh, I've already broken everything. Hello, everybody! Please let me know if you can hear me. I am here. Oh my goodness. A golden kappa train happened while I was AFK. Oh my god. You guys. What the heck? We got OG Sideways with first. Sideways, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Veil Wraith on a 7-stream streak. Welcome in. My subscribed for 9 months. That's a stream, baby. Heck yeah. Peter, hello. Sardonism's here. Subscribed for 12 months. That's a full year. Holy shit. Sardonisms, how's it going? I hope your recovery continues to go well. I'm at my grandma's today, so muted, but I wanted to lurk at least. Appreciate you. Been wanting to find out the news on how you were, but I'm not in the Discord anymore, and I couldn't find the link. I see that you found the Discord link. There's some previous updates in there, in the announcements area, where you can sort of read my progress. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Fighting a sore back again. How are you doing? I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Recovery is definitely a process. Slowly but surely, I am getting there. Ooh. Sorry, I keep accidentally minimizing the game. Missed the golden kappa because I wanted to wait until you were back. No worries, Peter. Buckle the F up, Buttercups. It's happening! Coming in hot with way too much energy. Peter, welcome in. It is happening. So, oh my goodness. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to everyone who is chatting. Welcome to everyone who is lurking. It's been a month. I looked at, the last time that I had, Kiladon K, hello, how's it going? I looked at the last time that I had posted going live. Oh yeah, I wanted to say... this to Maya in chat since she's muted. It's been a month. I looked at the last time I posted it going live. It was April 16th, which was the faithful day. I did not interact with my dishwasher this morning. Did not even put my bowl in the dishwasher this morning. It's sitting in the sink. I am able to load the dishwasher now. I am able to load the washer and dryer again. Ghost Pepper has been very kindly loading and unloading all of the appliances for a month. I've missed all you guys too. Honestly, the first 2 weeks were very rough. Very, very rough. In retrospect, some of you were there the day it happened. And honestly, there was a part of me that wanted to just fight through it, and get some work done. And I ended stream and I thought, I'm still gonna try to work. I read like 3 sentences of what I was editing, and I gave up on that. I gave up on that. I called my mother-in-law panicking, and I was like, can't really stand up or move or bend or anything. And she's like, yeah, sweetie, that sounds like a back spasm. So I was like, just great. Who's that lovely lady up in the top right corner? That is a rendition of Moi, which was made by the lovely It's Misfit. So check out Misfit's art. She also did the majority of our emotes. There was one, the bootleg one was drawn by Joe, but the rest of them were drawn by the fabulous Misfit. So yeah, in retrospect, it was a pretty good thing that I ended stream. I ended up laying down for a significant part of that day. I just kind of was like, hey, maybe if I take a nap, I'll feel better. Spoiler alert, I did not. Mad Lad, you welcome back. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Um, I honestly had no idea. I've been gone for so long. I honestly had no idea what to expect from today's stream, or if people would even if people would even be around. So I appreciate y'all coming out to say hey. I've talked a lot about what's happened since it happened on other streams, so I won't take up too much time. Um, but pretty much I hurt myself pretty bad. Not entirely sure what exactly happened. Definitely had a back spasm. Definitely the muscles in my back kind of went crazy. I have since been to an osteopath twice. I don't know if any of you guys know what an osteopath is. I had never heard of one until it was recommended to me by a friend. But they're kind of like a cross between a chiropractor and a massage therapist. They kind of take a look at your muscular skeletal structure and see what's wrong with it, essentially. And so she did tell me that the muscles in my right side, especially my lower back, were very, very tight. In fact, there was a muscle that was engaged for pretty much a month that she has spent a lot of time trying to deactivate. And I think it may have started to relax yesterday. Had a lot of pain in my right side for the first time yesterday, which is hopefully a sign that that muscle's letting go and letting things get back into their proper alignment. I've had a lot of sciatica pain. I've done a lot of learning how to live with sciatica since the last time we talked. It's been a process. It's been a very slow process. But on Sunday, Ghost Pepper and I walked down the street to a local pub, which is located the same distance from the house as actually my osteopath and physical therapy clinic that I go to. So that was very good. We walked to breakfast and we walked back. So I'm definitely, I've come a long way from not being able to walk across the house. Fair warning, our breaks are going to be managed a little bit differently because during the breaks I am going to have to get up and do some stretches. I'm going to have to be AFK for probably 5 to 10 minutes in between each sprint because basically I'm counteracting the amount of time that I'm spending sitting by doing some recommended yoga stretches to keep my back limber and to keep everything from getting really tight and stiff and sore again. So please bear with me. I know things are going to be a little bit different than they have been. I'm not going to set the timer the way we used to. I used to just set the timer and let it run until the end of stream. I'm going to be starting each session manually, so there isn't going to be a break timer. Breaks are just going to kind of be as long or as short as they need to be. So also this will hopefully allow me to control the end of stream a little bit better, just because I do need to start having a bit more of a hard cutoff time for when I'm eating food in the afternoon. So proud of you. You're doing great. I believe in you. Thank you, Peter. It's been tough. I won't lie. Isn't an osteopath how an octopus gets to your front garden? That would be an octiopath, I think. It's been a long road. I've worked hard to get here to where I am, and I obviously don't want to go back to where I was anytime soon. So yeah, we're here. We're gonna be sort of testing the waters today, seeing how things go. If anyone has like specific questions about things that happen, then things that happened, then I can of course talk about it. There are some updates in the Discord. If you scroll back up through the announcements section, you can see kind of where I've been for the last month or so. Pi, thank you so much. Good luck with the rest of your work. How has this delayed your writing? Hang on, I got a message from Ghost Pepper. Um, Pie showing up so late. Hey, Pie's at work. Everyone's allowed to have their own life. How did this delay my writing? Honestly, I did not lose as much time as I thought I was going to. So I didn't get any work done the Thursday that I hurt myself. Nothing happened that day. Pretty much laid in bed and then read that you're actually not supposed to lay in bed anymore if you have a back spasm. They no longer recommend bed rest for recovery. They recommend getting up and trying to move around. So I spent most of that day on the couch, most of the next day on Ghost Pepper's chair because we figured out that that was slightly more comfortable. So Thursday and Friday, no work happened. And then the Monday following, no work happened because I, in addition to having horrible back pain, had lady cramps, which was a hell that was special in so many ways. So there were 3 days that I didn't get any work done, but luckily for me, I had somewhat overscheduled the amount of time. I had overestimated the amount of time I thought I would need to get my outlining done. So I actually only lost, kind of 1 day of work, and I did catch that up. Now, I have fallen slightly behind again because the project that I'm working on for Spicy McSpiceface right now, has ended up taking longer than I anticipated, so I'm gonna end up being 1 day behind. But considering how much time I had to spend in bed on the couch and just how many medical appointments I have had already, 4 different medical appointments. I've seen my family physician, my GP twice since it happened. I've seen the osteopath twice, and I have a PT, a physical therapy appointment for my first physical therapy session this Thursday morning. So Thursday morning stream might be a bit late because I will be I will be having physical therapy that morning and then walking back. So I am a day behind, but it's pretty impressive considering how much time I've spent away. Maya, thank you so much for the sub. 4 months, hell yeah. While you were gone, I wrote 39 pages of the work I'm working on. I'm doing so many words, and only half of the book is the word fuck. Hell yeah, Peter. I'm so proud of you. When is the spicy... Listen, if you know how to contact Chuck Tingle, let me know. Oh, Sideways, thank you so much for using your Prime sub. Appreciate. Amaya, how's it going? What is up, my dear? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, if you know how to contact Chuck Tingle, let me know. I have no contact with Chuck Tingle. Despite your belief for many months that I created him. An amazing first date! Oh, Maya, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome! I'm so glad that it went well. You can tell that I'm happy because my voice rose literally an octave. I truly believed you made up Chuck Tingle. I did not. Chuck Tingle is his own entity. He's won, I think he won like a Nebula award or whatever it is, like a Nebula award. There's some prestigious award There, you can look up this whole story. There's some prestigious award in the writing sphere that Chuck Tingle was nominated for as a joke, but he ended up winning. What's BO7? What's BO7? I'm glad you got it working. So yeah, I've actually not lost as much work time as I thought. I'm not as far behind as I thought. Now, I very instantly Call of Duty Black Ops. I see. I have changed the way I do things pretty instantly, because I had to. There were just some things in the work pipeline that were just simply not viable anymore. So I have switched my blog over to a bi-weekly release schedule instead of a weekly release schedule. So only 2 blog posts go up a month instead of 4. That has saved me a considerable amount of time and energy. I am probably going to have to slightly delay some of the releases on my schedule for this year. I'm not entirely sure when or how that's going to happen. I do think the second set of Celestial Serenade paperbacks will make it onto Ingram Spark by the end of the month. I definitely think by the end of May I can have those ready to go, because they're basically done. I basically just have to upload them. The next Domerin book, Ever Twisting Wounds, will be going out probably by the end of June, possibly the beginning of July. The paperback might be slightly delayed into July, but it won't be so far off kilter. The last Everyone's Child book is the one that might end up being delayed. I was not able to get that beta going because waves vaguely towards all of the issues. So that might end up being delayed. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm keeping up pretty well. I have changed my schedule so that I do not work in the evenings anymore. I'm trying to basically contain my work time so that I'm actually taking time for myself, which has been nice. Weird, but nice. Are you having the most fun writing My Little Domerin? I am, although I have not been working on it off stream. It has been on hiatus along with me. Thank you so much for the sub! How's it going, my friends? So yeah, I feel like that pretty much catches you guys up. I have been taking it very slow since I hurt myself. Just getting myself back up to regular kind of normal functionality. I did kind of wean myself off the painkillers after the first week, so the second week was very touch and go, quite painy, but I managed. There have been definite ups and downs, learning to treat sciatica, like learning to deal with sciatica symptoms, knowing that it's something that will probably never fully go away, has been interesting, challenging. Infinite Dog, I'm giving you the hand hearts, even though you can't see it. Welcome in! Thank you for the raid! We're just doing I guess Peter would call this the opening monologue. We're just kind of doing our opening monologue. First stream back since I hurt myself last month. Degenerate K, welcome in. Love the name. Thank you! How was your stream? What were you up to today? I think you usually go to work at this time, don't you? So don't let me keep you if you have to head to work, but I hope you had a good stream. I hope it was very relaxing. What did you break? I didn't, my body. I didn't break any bones. I did throw out my back quite severely. I do be closing today. Good luck at work, Infinite Dog. Appreciate the raid. It's good to see you. Power washed to keep the vibes chill. Hell yeah. Threw it out or just threw it back too hard. The story goes, I bent over to put a dishwasher pod in my dishwasher right before stream. And then I came and sat down with my coffee and I tried to do stream and my back just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So I threw my back into spasm. It was very bad. It was a no good, very bad day. But I'm doing quite a lot better now. I talked a little bit. Gonna lurk while I take a pre-work nap. Oh, Infinite Dog, enjoy that nappy. And good luck with your shift today. But yeah, so I've since been to the osteopath twice, and she was able to tell me that my back was quite out of alignment. She was able to tell that one of my shoulder blades was hanging about half an inch lower than the other one, and that one of my vertebrae had come out of alignment. So she kind of put that stuff back together. And when I was there this past Thursday, she did say that basically on my right side, all of my pain and my sciatica has been on the left side. But my osteopath has told me that it was the right side is where the problem actually originated. So there's a muscle, you can kind of trace it. If you just put your hand on your lower back right above your hip, if you just kind of put your palm there, there's a muscle there that runs from your spine all the way to where your hip is, and then it sort of swings around the front and it goes down sort of around your crotch into your like to connect with your thigh. There's a muscle that runs in that position. Basically, that muscle on my right hand side was ultra activated. It was activated for weeks and it did not relax. And so that was pulling on the vertebrae and sort of pulling some of my vertebrae to the right hand side. So my osteopath has been working really hard to deactivate that muscle, to get it to calm down. I do think that happened yesterday. Since yesterday, I've definitely had the burn of a overused muscle in that exact space. So that is something that has been happening. And my hope is that since I've had that pain on my right side for the first time, that means that muscle is starting to finally relax and starting to finally get back into its original position. Don't worry, I know that everything that I just said probably makes it sound like I'm in wretched pain today, but I'm actually feeling quite good today. I haven't needed to take any painkillers. I did take some ibuprofen yesterday, but I haven't needed to take any painkillers today. I'm doing pretty decent, all things considered. And actually, compared to recent days, this is a pretty low pain day, which is why we're finally streaming again. So it's been a long road. I hurt myself real bad. And there have been a lot of revelations since it happened. A lot of, hey, did you know that you're really tense all the time? And hey, did you know that you're stressing yourself out all the time? And hey, did you know that stress is probably what's causing your muscles to tighten and pull on each other and cause you pain? Ms. Hello, we were just talking about you and your lovely art that we're using today in place of a camera. Also, Shadowbug, hello. It was not fun at all. You're totally right. 100%. Stress intense? Yeah, I know. Shocking, right? Anyone who's met me knows that I'm like 90% chill. That's a lie, guys. I'm like 90% not chill. So it's been a what? Me? What? Stress? It's been a very, very interesting experience, but I'm doing a lot better. The most important thing for you guys to know is I'm doing a lot better. So today we're gonna get started. I'm gonna sip from my coffee a little bit more. No one told me that Currency Wars is Honkai Star Rail meets Teamflight Tactics. I've been playing it with every spare minute the last 2 days. Oh, nice! Is that a gacha game then, Sardonisms? I'm not up on my gacha games. I'm so glad that I'm doing better as well, Misfit. I don't want to give anyone the impression I'm 100%. I'm still on the road. I've got my first physical therapy appointment on Thursday. That's when I'm going to learn what I need to do to start rebuilding my muscles, because apparently I have no core. So that's where I'm going to learn how to rebuild my muscles. I'm going to start getting my proper exercising done, just get the guidance I need to sort of take care of myself better. But I'm doing a lot better than I was a month ago. A month ago, a month ago there was a crime committed to my back, and today we're doing a lot better. Honkai is a gacha game. Currency Wars is one of the challenge modes. Oh, interesting. Okay. I do know about Honkai Star Rail because Joe plays it. I didn't realize that Currency Wars was a challenge mode within it. Technically, it's still just 2 monitors, and yes, those are gacha games. Oh, got a 3rd monitor going. Heck yeah. Man, my Windows struggles so much with 2 monitors. I can't imagine what it would do with 3. PvE Teamfight Tactics, which means it's actually a set matching resource management auto battler. Ooh! Pounded in the spine by my own spine. It would be pounded in the spine by my own stress. The Megan Cutler story by Chuck Tingle. Joe do be playing. He plays, I don't even know what all of them are. He plays Honkai Star Rail. He plays Nike. He plays Zenless Zone Zero. And I think the other one is Wuthering Waves. Is that the right one? So he's got, what, 4 on the go now? It would work fine with a 3rd monitor. How many monitors... Key, how many monitors do you have to have before Windows is just like, nah, dude. That ain't happening. Withering and Arc Knights. He used to have an AFK adventure one that he did too, but I think he finished that one or gave up on that one. Might have convinced me to go back to Zenless Zone Zero. I think that's his favorite one. I think he likes Zenless Zone Zero the most. Withering Rage is the right title. Heck yeah! It's more a question of the GPU and what it can support. I see, I got ya. I just find it's interesting that when I put a window on my 2nd monitor and then minimize it, Windows seems to have issues with that. Alright guys, I see that it is 11:20, so we are going to get ready to start our first sprint. So if you guys would like to redeem a spirit companion, a location, or an activity, you guys can go ahead and get those in. I know that the timer says but 1 sprint. We're not going to be using the break timer anymore, but we will be doing 3 sprints today. So don't panic. We are going to be doing the usual amount of sprints. I just want a little bit more control over when the sprinting is starting. Hashtag just Windows things. I don't think I can go back to anything less than 3. Part of me wants a 3rd monitor, but I don't know where I'd put it. My desk isn't really made for that many monitors. I have a laptop, and if what Key is talking about is that you can run 3 monitors that are connected to a PC tower. I think you can keep adding monitors as much as you want. It's just that Windows 11 seems to stutter a little bit. The graphics will... It's not like they won't run, but the graphics will stutter a little bit. It's weird. Is weird. Alright, I'm gonna take my quick cheeky break. I'm sipping here. I think I have a couple of sippy sips that I didn't get to from Pi. Some hydrations to do here. Windows 11 stutters if there's a stiff breeze in the air. You're not wrong. Alright guys, I am going to take a quick cheeky break, reheat my coffee. I might be gone an extra minute or 2 as I am going to walk around my house a tiny bit, because that helps keep me from getting stiff. I did mention a couple of times, but I think some more people have shown up. Just bear with me. My AFK breaks might be a little bit longer than they used to be, because I will have to be doing... I don't think I'll have to do stretches now because we haven't sat for too long, but after the first sprint, I'm gonna have to go away and do some stretching, some yoga stretches. I got some cat cows, I got some bird pose that I'll be doing, just to keep my back limber, and to keep me from going back to where I was. So bear with me if I'm AFK a little extra longer than usual, but I promise we're gonna get some work done today. We're gonna get some work done today. And I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Had a little wander all around the house. And I think what we might do is we have Dameron play his guitar, which means we should probably go to his garden. And let's hang out with the spirit that I associate with Carly, because it's really cute when you play the guitar. It's Carly! Look! Conducting! Too cute. Too cute. Alright, we're gonna settle in for 30 minutes of productivity. Sorry, I'm just adjusting. I have I have underneath my desk these two little trays that we got by mistake. We didn't order them. They just showed up at our door one day. There's these little sliding trays, and I'm currently using them as a sometimes footrest. Because I haven't had a chance yet to figure out what kind of footrest I actually should have. I'm gonna ask the physical therapist about that when I go in on Thursday. So for now, I'm just using these two little trays that are shoved under my desk, and I was moving them into a more favorable position. There are no other instruments that you can play as yet. But you can play the guitar now, which is super cool. So they did add painting as well, like painting at a canvas, that you can do in the gazebo. And then most of the rest of the new stuff is like gardening specific. They did ask on their Discord for ideas that people might have for an enchanted library. So it sounds like they're already kind of working on what they want their next expansion to be. Although there are also a lot of people who are like, hey, can you add some to the expansions you've already made? I just wish Carly were among us. Carly is working nights right now, so I imagine that she is sleeping at the moment. Ghost is finally getting back to me about what he wants his birthday present to be almost a month after his birthday. Alright, let's do the thing. Oh yeah, I have another timer I have to run. Hold, please. Bard, hello, I love you too. live stream streak, hell yeah! Exiled Faye, hello, how's it going? I saw your message that said you love me. Do you think Ghost will still love me even though I suggested he let someone get pregnant? Yes. I am sure that Ghost will still love you. Faded Stardust, hello. Thank you so much for using your Prime sub. Just popping in to say, hey, I'm glad you're doing better, but did you have to pick the week? I have appointments on both Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm so sorry, Faded Stardust. I have also had so many appointments. I feel you. Hope you and everyone else gets a good productivity in. I've missed the clicky clacks. Hopefully I'll actually be able to be here for more than a minute tomorrow. Faded Stardust, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Those appointments are important, and we'll see you again soon. Love the new profile pic. Heck yeah. Thank you. I just realized that what scene I'm editing and it might make me cry. Alright, that is our first sprint. Yenisht. Alright, let me take a look at chat. Exiled Faye, welcome back. I hope that the walk with the dog went very well. What all happened while I was doing stuff? Can't stay to hang, but I'm so glad you're back, and your back is improving. Heck yeah, if you're still around, Bard, I'll appreciate you dropping by. It was my birthday 19 days ago. Peter, happy retrospective birthday. I turned 40 and I'm still scared, but it's already happened. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. You don't have to like it, but hopefully you're less scared now that you're over the hump and you see that it's not that different. Funny story, when I went to my first osteopath appointment, at one point during the conversation, I was like, yeah, I'm about to be 41, so, and at the end of the appointment, she was like, didn't think you were in your 40s, you look like you're in your 20s, and I was like, thanks, I don't feel like I'm in my 20s, but thanks. Mom Owl is flying in tonight. Heck yeah, give Mom Owl regards from all of us. The purple suggestion for the mini looks good. Heck yeah. Now we just need a Batman and a Robin. Who will it hurt, baby top of head? I feel like I'm missing some memes here. You're gorgeous and lovely and I missed you already, but I have to finish scarfing down this Sammy and finish prep for Mom Owl. Bard, you're amazing. Appreciate you. Alright. I now need to do, as I mentioned... I need to, as I mentioned, get up and go do some stretches. I think on the whole being born was a bad idea. I wonder if there's a way to just drift in spiritual harmony forever. Funny thing is, I do believe in reincarnation, so I feel like we choose to come back for whatever reason. For whatever reason, we choose to keep doing this to ourselves. It's like the song, "We Didn't Start the Fire." It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. It's like, part of me is like, do we keep reincarnating because we get to the spirit world and things are great there, and we're like, no, we can actually fix this. It will be better the next time. If I get back in there, can I make it better? And then you come back and you're like, yeah, no, this is awful. Why did I choose this? I don't know that we get to choose, like, the details of the life that we're gonna live when we come back. Like, I don't know if we get to pick who we're gonna be and what we're gonna do. I just think that we choose to come back. And part of me is like, you get over there and you're like, you know, yeah, life isn't as bad as I thought, because, you know, everything's great in the spirit world. Theoretically, everything's great in the spirit world. So you're like, yeah, I'll go back. I'll try to do better this time. Maybe I can actually, you know, change the world this time. And then you get here and you're like, no. This was a bad choice. I didn't choose to do this. I was the fastest swimmer and the world is dimmer. I didn't choose this. I'm really crying and the world is dying. Is that song lyrics? I don't know that song, Peter, unfortunately. We get nostalgia goggles. I feel like we must, like, how do they convince us to reincarnate? How do the spirit bureaucrats convince us to reincarnate if they can't be like, yeah, the world wasn't that bad. Surely there were good things in the world that you liked and you wanted to experience again. Maybe you'll have healthcare this time. And you're like, yeah, if I have healthcare this time, the world would be slightly less of a dumpster fire. I'm painting an image for myself of the spirit world as like this really beautiful garden where you get to go and have like whatever food you want, whatever drink you want, and it's just like an endless party and everything's great. And then there's like these bureaucrats that come around with the clipboard and they're like, "So, are you ready to get back in there? Are you ready to do another round?" And you're like, "Nah, I don't know. This endless garden party of everything I love is a lot preferable to what I remember from my last life." And then they're like, "No, like things are totally changing, you know, down there. This is like the benefits package for your new life." And you're like, I don't know, I'm gonna need you to sweeten the deal. Can I have $1 million this time? Can I just be born with $1 million this time? I want healthcare in my next life. Afterlife bureaucrats cackle as they send me to the US. I want to own my own small island this time. How's that? I do think we want to make things better as a species. We just get in our own way as a species. You know what? True facts, Exiled Fae. I believe that most people are good people and want what's best for most people. I believe that most people don't want to destroy the world or hurt other people or create a situation in which some people suffer so that other people can have whatever they want. But I also believe that we don't know how to work together. I think while we are social creatures, we are fundamentally a species of lone wolves trying to figure out how to live in packs. We are a species that dreams big, but then when we try to create those dreams, it's like a melted square wheel with googly eyes. And we haven't really learned how to deal with that. We haven't really learned how to deal with the fact that we're the melted square googly eye wheel people. Yet. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go do some stretchy stretches. If anyone would like to redeem a spirit companion, I don't think we had any redeems last time, but if anyone would like to redeem a spirit companion, a location, or an activity, you can go ahead and get those in for the next sprint. Again, don't panic if I'm gone a little longer than usual. It hopefully won't be too extra much time. And I'll see you very shortly. That was a long break, I feel, but necessary. Alright. I thought that I was having a bit of a sciatica flare-up today, but I think it might actually just be muscle soreness, which, if so, would be a good sign. We back is a portrait of Rose for your current events. Listen, it is what it is. Let's switch over to moi. So we can hang out with the pickles. What's your pickles? I don't know why I said it that way. And let's go back to moi, Garden. And let's play in the garden. We can do a playing. Heck yeah. We can play with pickles. In the rain. I want that outfit so bad. I know, right? Isn't it super cute? This is like... This outfit is entirely based on, like, my own fashion. This is something I would wear in the real world. I know that it's, like, 2 different patterns, but I don't care. It just looks so freaking comfy. You got your hand socks. You got your web leggings. You got your cute snow dress and a nice sweater. Perfect. Perfect in every way. Shadow Legion, hello. What series are you writing? I am working on edits for my space opera, The Celestial Serenade, which I thought I had finished like twice now, but it turns out still needed more work, so it's getting an extra trilogy. The first 9 books are out already. It's getting an extra set that will bring it to 12, and we are working on the final book in the series right now. Shadow Legion, how's it going? Also, Amaya, glad you appreciate how adorable the outfit is. Heck yeah. Doing good, Shadow Legion. Glad to hear it. As you're not well, I shall refrain from the words. You know what, Peter? Every now and then when I'm recording my word counts for the day, because I record it as SOS 4, because I always do basically the series, and for this one it gets the number because they've all been SOS. All of the names have been... So Symphony of the Stars, Song of the Spheres. This one is Sonata of the Satellites. So SOS 4, and every now and then I type SOS 5, and I'm like, no, there shall never be. I actually do think I've found the end of this series. I don't think these characters have any more story, but I will say, whilst I was AFK recovering from destroying myself, I did outline a new side series, which we're going to be starting hopefully next week, called Second Chance Specials, which I just now realized is also a almost SCS, which is a series that takes place in the Celestial Serenade universe. It doesn't focus on the same main characters. It focuses on a new set of characters who are just kind of ordinary people going about their ordinary daily lives. But it does take place in the SOS universe. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get into it. It's going to be a little bit of a heist series. The core premise idea is that the main character's name is Chelsea, because I had a dream that this came from, and her name was Chelsea in the dream. So this young woman named Chelsea is a human growing up just after the sort of merging of the Calterian Empire with Earth. She's so first generation space age kind of type of situation. Grew up on a small middle of nowhere space station. Tried to go out into the bigger world to discover, what the universe is all about, and is sort of called home when her parents pass away in a tragic and unexpected accident because she has to deal with the family business, and her sister is still underage, still in high school. So it's that kind of classic coming of age, coming home, trying to reconcile the life that you live with the life that you wanted kind of story. And it leads to a heist, which I'm really excited about. I didn't realize my screen had paused. No! Exiled Faye. The garden is super cute. I think if I come into the decor menu, you can sort of get... So this is my garden. This is the garden that we built for Domerin, which is a little bit more, functional, utilitarian sort of thing. Utilitarian? I think I said the wrong thing. And then we've got Willow's garden, which is a little bit more wild, a little bit more focused on the natural stuff. And then this is the me. This is the me vibe. Yes, a heist. A heist story. We're hopefully going to start that on stream next Wednesday or Thursday. Fingers and toes crossed. For now, I'm going to get into our second sprint. So that, I'm like on Discord negotiating with Ghost what to get him for his birthday. We're gonna go ahead and do our second sprint with, Pickles here. Pet him. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna get quiet again. And there will be one more sprint after this, even though we're not using the break timer anymore. So don't panic. Stream shall not end early. Okay. Oh, it isn't the scene I thought it was. Thank goodness. No crying today. Gotta start getting ready for game date night. Maya, have tons of fun. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate the heck out of you. Do I read my own books? I mean, I read them like 7 times when I write them, so I don't usually sit down and like do a concentrated rereading of them outside of that, but I do occasionally crack open one of my books and read a scene that I particularly enjoy. Shadow Legion, do you prefer science fiction or do you prefer fantasy? If you like sci-fi, I would recommend checking out, actually, the Celestial Serenade. That's the one that we are currently working on the final installment of. It is a space opera, so it takes place in a vast and sweeping setting, but it focuses heavily on the interactions between characters. It is a softer sci-fi. There's not a ton of hard science in there, but it is a galactic empire story, so there is a lot of space travel, a lot of epic space battles. I'm biased, but I'm rather fond of it. So the way that the covers work is that each trilogy features one character. It's not necessarily by couples. Each trilogy features one character and with three different characters, and then that central character changes for each. So the character who's featured in the first set of covers is Gaia. So she is the one who appears in the foreground. And so she appears with Alrea, with Anton, and with Salus, characters from the book, on the first trilogy covers. And then on the second set of trilogies, the featured character is Cantus. So he appears with 3 different characters. And then the featured character on the third cover is Rhynic, and he appears with 3 different characters. I can't remember who all appears in the second trilogy. I think it's Salus, Alrea, and Liam. And then on the third set of covers, I think it's Rhynic with Moromi, Cantus, and Riskea. But I don't remember my own covers to look at them. So it's not necessarily couples. It's not necessarily relationship indicative. It's just the pattern that we used for determining who was going to be on the covers. Sometimes a couple does appear on the cover, but not every cover features a couple. Thank you! All of the Celestial Serenade covers were made by the lovely Molly Phipps, who also makes the Aravalia Chronicles covers as well. She's amazing. I love her. Highly recommend. That word doesn't exist yet. Hilden, thank you for the follow. I'm doing the hand heart, even though you can't see it. How's it going? Working and lurking. How's the editing? The editing is going very well. We've just finished our first scene for the day and crossed into the second. I think I'm going to overrun the timer here a bit on this one, but we'll see. was getting to the end of that page. Perfect. So we've got one more sprint to go, 4 more pages to hopefully edit. That will bring us to the end of this scene. Work done! Should be home in 30 minutes. Heck yeah, Pi. We'll probably still be going for a little while, so we will see you. Just bought your book, and it says it's coming May 28th to June 1st. Is that because you're in Canada? It probably... Which book is this? That's probably an old date. Did you buy the paperback or did you buy the ebook? If it's the paperback, it will be coming on May 28th to June 1st because they have to print it. So they print it on demand. So the way it works with Amazon is when you order it, they will print a copy. I find that when customers order the book, it comes pretty quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get it much faster than that. When I order author copies, they take literally forever. I just ordered a couple copies of my own books a few weeks ago, and it took literally 2 weeks for them to send. But you'll probably get it much faster than that. But that's because they don't have a pre-established stock of them, so they have to actually print out the book and send it to you. Thank you for buying a paperback, Shadow Legion. That's amazing of you. I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, it'll probably get there faster. I think they overestimate the timing for their print-on-demand books. I know a lot of people have ordered them and gotten them like in a day or two. Thank you, Pi, for the welcome. Did I miss anything else? Hilden, I hope work is treating you well today. I don't think I missed anything else during the sprinty spronts. But if I did, feel free to draw it to my attention. We are going to be taking another break, so I'm probably going to pop AFK for another 7 or 8 minutes here. I am an indie author, so I do everything myself. All of my books are written, edited, formatted, published by me. No agent. I did, in the early days of my career, I did do some querying with agents. I got some responses that were interested in my work. But honestly, I prefer to have the creative control. I prefer... a lot of my series are interconnected, related to each other in various ways that will eventually become apparent. And it would be much, much, much harder to do that if I had a publisher. Because if one of my books became published by a particular publisher and they weren't interested in the follow-up series, there would be legal things going on. I was thinking of reading your book on here, with your permission. Like streaming reading my book. If you would like to stream yourself reading my book, that's cool. I don't mind. All I ask is that you link people to the book on your stream. Let people know that it's happening. Like, let them know where they can find it. Let them know who wrote it. That's all I ask. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine with people. Peter actually runs a book club, and they have read 2 of my books and discussed them on stream. So I'm totally cool with that, as long as you let people know where they can find the book. You don't even have to let them know where you can find me. Just let them know where they can find the book. I'm going to go do some more stretchy stretches. Alex Kathleen, hello. I find the urge to write, and I have ideas, but I struggle with fleshing things out to an entire story or idea. It does take some practice, especially if you have been writing short stories in the past and you'd like to start writing more novel-length work. Alex, if you have any questions, like specific questions, let me know. I want harder than I've ever gone before in the most recent episode. What was the most recent book, Peter? Did I hear about this one already? Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna pop AFK. I gotta do some stretches, so don't panic if I'm gone for about 7 or 8 minutes. This will be our normal AFK time. When I get back, I will catch up with chat again, and we will do our final sprinty sprint of the day. In fact, let me pop up final sprint now, just so we know. And I will be back shortly. I am back! Yes, that is the link to the Discord. It should be the link to the Pepper Patch Discord, which I share with my husband, Ghost Pepper. Let me scroll up. I relate to this on a soul level. You did not hear about it. It was a book called Y2K, How the 2000s Became Everything. Oh, I seem to remember that you mentioned this to me in, like, Discord? That you thought it was going to be really interesting, but it wasn't? It was absolutely terrible. What was bad about it, Peter? I think you told me, but I don't remember. Book club meetings are open to everyone. We stream them on our friend Victoria's channel. Our next one is the end of the month. Post a link in Megan and Ghost Discord closer to the time. You can also, if you'd like, you can drop a link to Victoria's channel here in the chat. If you'd like, Peter, you have my permission. It's like episodes of a story are in my head, all out of order, but I can't quite work out a main storyline or larger details. Should probably write them down and see where it goes. Definitely recommend, the first step that I usually do for any of my books is just kind of a brain dump where I just write down everything, like all of my thoughts for the story. Uncle Tobin, hello! I am here. I am back. I am back from the ether, from hurting my back. But basically just any characters, any settings, any, like, events that I have as an idea for the story, I just kind of write it all out, write it down. I usually do this by hand, actually, in my day planner. My day planner has a section for notes, so I actually go in, just jot down everything by hand. The physical nature of doing it, I find, really helps. And then once I have that, like, just sort of, once I've dumped all the information out of my brain, that's when I kind of go back and I start trying to organize things, get everything, sort of, what order do I want things to go in, and who's the main character, and who are these people, and what am I doing? So definitely just having all of it sort of in a place where you can look at it and recognize it and not have to hold it all in your head is nice. And then you can start looking for an order. And once you start trying to put things in order or asking yourself, who is this or what is that, that's when a lot of the details will start to come together. And so you'll find a lot of stuff in there, in the in-between spaces, while you're trying to figure that stuff out. I am doing good, Peter. The author was absolutely clueless. She showed zero self-awareness, and she had absolutely crazy flights of fancy. Like, somehow she got from corporations pitch products to the young people. MTV was great at entertaining people directly into 9/11. Like, did she think Y2K caused 9/11? I'm not sure how they relate to each other. She told us entirely how the stock market works, how her uncle is a millionaire, but we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he never got to buy a private jet, and it was a terrible book. Wow. Y2K is very interesting because a lot of it was built up to be that it was a potential crisis, but there were a lot of people who worked in the background to make sure that it didn't become a potential crisis. But we also apparently learned nothing because we still build things assuming that they're gonna work that way forever, and then they don't. And then we're like, oh, whoops, we gotta change this. If you own a Windows computer, you've probably noticed that they've put a lot of effort this year into updating the secure boot table, because back in the day, they built secure boot certificates to work a certain way, and then they had to change it. But they didn't start changing it until, like, 2023. So now they have to update all the old boot files. It's chaos. Do you remember where you were on December 31st, 1999? I was probably at a friend's house. In high school, I usually hung out at one of my friends' houses. It was either Flutter's house or Minty's house, and we were probably awake and doing teenager shit. Orc just arrived back again. Be back later if you're still here. Uncle Tobin, it was good to see you, if only for a few minutes. We'll be here for about 40 more minutes, and then we'll probably wrap up. You're older than me? I am about to turn 41. I've made no secret of the fact that I'm an old lady. I will be 41 on June 1st. So if you are under 40, I am in fact older than you. If you are 40, I am in fact the same age as you. Joe! And if you are older than 40, then yes, Uncle Tobin, I am indeed younger than you. I will not get off your lawn, though. I'm on this lawn, and I'm staying here. Oh, Shadow Legion, enjoy 32 while it lasts. I remember my mom filling the tub in case the water shut off, and then everyone acting like it was just a big hoax. And it was like 20 years before I learned that the apocalyptic predictions actually could have come through, except lots of people worked very hard to make sure they didn't. Yeah, I don't know about the water shutting off. That's a new one. Didn't hear a lot of stories about that. But yeah, there were a lot of people who worked in the background. And it was a big deal because they had to pull a bunch of people out of retirement. Like, the people who knew how to fix it were all in their 50s and 60s and retired. And they had to come back to work and show people how things worked in order for them to change out all the hardware. There were mass amounts of jobs created during Y2K, though. One of my friends that I worked with at the help desk call center was, she got her start during Y2K. And she went around and changed out cards in Y2K machines to make them compliant. Joe, you are not 42. Don't even get me started. Joe, how's it going? It's nice to see you. Megan's setting up a tent in everyone's garden, and whenever Megan is told get off my lawn, she literally just sticks her middle finger out the tent flap. Yeah. I've been on this lawn for at least 20 years, and I'm not going anywhere. Joe, I hope you're doing well. We were talking about all the gacha games that you play earlier, and I remembered the names of most of them, which I'm proud of. Weirdly proud that I know which gacha games you play. 42 ain't old. Right now I feel old because my body barely functions, but my osteopath did say that I looked like I was in my 20s, and I appreciated that. Yeah, so you play a Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero. That Nike game is a gacha game, right? Wuthering Waves. I don't know if I know the fifth one. No, somebody said it, Arc Knight. I do remember Wuthering Waves. I have been lurking in Joe's streams a lot. I don't always announce when I'm lurking, but I do lurk in Joe's streams a lot while he's playing gacha games. I'll just kind of have it on in the background while I'm doing other stuff, so I know bits and pieces of the stories of all these games. Is the horse game a gacha game? Neon Medusa, I haven't seen you in ages. Oh my god, how are you? I don't know that much about the horse game. Is that the one with the horse girls where they're like trading cards or something? I'm not gonna try and say the name of it, but that one. I wrecked my back about a month ago, so I am in recovery, but I'm doing much better than I was a month ago. It is a gacha game. Nice. I don't know much about that game, but I know that the people who play it are, like, obsessed with it. It literally means horse girl in Japanese. Been busy with life, so I'm trying to look a little more. Well, we are so happy to see you, Neon Medusa. Life do get busy, and we understand that. But we are happy to see you. We all hope you've been well. I know I'm speaking for a lot of people here. We all hope you've been well, but I hope you've been well in particular. 135 stream streak for Pi. Pi, thank you for 135 streams. Umamusume. My problem is I don't think I can say it quickly. Umamusume. I did it! I think. Man, I watch a lot of Japanese anime in like original Japanese with subtitles, and they talk so fast sometimes. My birthday is coming up soon, June 1st. Haunts Girls, yeah. I did not see it, Peter. I will scroll up. Chat do be moving very quickly, and we have to start the final sprint here shortly. I have your book on Kindle and I like the title names, like the chapter titles. Thank you. It takes an inordinate amount of time to come up with chapter titles. I'm trying to break the habit, but everything I write just ends up having chapter titles anyway. Where's Peter's joke? You've got the spine of a 20-year-old and she's gonna need it back. She's making a terrible mess on our floor. I wish. Joe keeps saying on his streams that he's never had back problems, and I keep being like, call me when you're 40. Because, honest to God, like, the problems that I've had with my back this past month, most of them are new. I did throw out my back briefly, I think like a year and a half ago. It was during a session of Winds of Chaos, and I had gotten up to bend over and check something, and like tore something in my back, and it was nothing compared to this. Like, this was fully, yeah, the end of all things. That's the chapter. That's the name of the first book, the end of all things. That was nothing compared to this. But most of like the sciatica stuff and stuff I've been dealing with recently is new, like within the last 2 years. So Joe being like, yeah, my back has been solid for my whole life. Things change when you hit 40. I can tell what you're responding to, Sardonisms, and I appreciate you celebrating with me. And spelling it out in a way that I could pronounce. My back first went out when I was 25. I was scrubbing the tub. No, Neon Medusa. No, that's awful. It's always when you're doing something innoxious, though. This most recent time, I put a pod in the dishwasher. Everyone's always like, what did you do? How did you hurt yourself? And I'm like, yeah, I put a pod in the dishwasher, and I started the dishwasher. And then I came in here, and I tried to stream, and I was like, guys, I gotta go. I don't know what's happening, but I gotta go. I've had back issues since I was in my 20s. I feel bad, because I think once you start getting them, they never go away. You are not 42, Joe. You are not older than me. We've established this. Joe is over here like, I slept on a beanbag for 6 years, and now I sleep on a recliner, and I've never had a day of back pain in my life. And I'm like, just you wait. Just you wait, Henry Higgins. Just you wait. I've started physio for my back. So far, she's taught me how to breathe in and out and to lean slightly to the right and then slightly to the left. Interesting. I'm starting physio, not tomorrow, Thursday. 2 days from now. In the morning. I'll be able to report back on my Thursday streams. I have my first, it's a 30-minute appointment. Joe doesn't age. He'll be here playing with waifu girls when the mutated frogs come to steal his glizzies. Yeah, I remember I came into your stream to talk about my back pain, and you were like, I got rid of the beanbag. I sleep on a recliner now. Will you be streaming? Yes, I will hopefully be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. That is the plan. That's my regular schedule. If something happens with my back, I will have to cancel, but fingers and toes crossed that we are past that point. Speaking of, I am going to get started on the final sprint here, so I'm going to stop talking, but Neon Medusa, is so amazing to see you. We talk about you a ton, but I just haven't seen you in actual chat in so long. Joe is now wanted in 27 countries for getting rid of the beanbag chair. It amounts to desecration of a historical monument. I'm sure it will go in the J. Chili Memorial hot dog cart. You cut it open? Why? I just got irrationally angry that Joe destroyed the beanbag. I'm sorry, I don't know why that was my reaction, but you were like, we cut it open, and I was like, you cut it open? did you get it in the first place? How did you get it inside? Was it like super compact and it like inflated once you got it into the room? Do you see how this man do, Peter? I don't know why I was so aggro. I was like, you cut it open! You monster! You killed the beanbag. Vinyl, hello! How's it going? It took up the whole room. It was like 9 feet in each direction. Damn. I know. Well, we talked about that beanbag so much. We heard so many stories about that beanbag. It was like all of us knew that beanbag personally, and now it's got a giant hole in it and no innards. Alright, I'm gonna start the final sprint, y'all. Oh yeah, we didn't change what we're doing. Let's go into the greenhouse. Actually, I know exactly what spirit I want to hang out with because it's super cute. Look how cute! Got some gardening done yesterday and just finagled my way out of going to work tomorrow so I actually get a proper long weekend. Hell yeah! Final, that's awesome. Alright guys, 30 minutes and then we will have successfully completed our first stream back. I feel like there's always a choice, Joe. You could have cut open your door frame and widened it. You could have done real tangible damage to your grandmother's house to get that beanbag out of there intact. You chose violence. You could have taken a window out. I'm joking, of course. Vinyl, also feel free to post a picture in the Pepper Patch Discord in the photos area if you'd like. I do not have a robot spine. I wish I had a robot spine. It would probably feel better if I did, but I do not, in fact, have a robot spine. But my back is doing much better. I do think the muscle that was super active started to loosen up and relax yesterday. I definitely am feeling that burn of really overused muscle in that area of my back. So I'm really crossing my fingers and toes that I'm on the final stage of recovery. And I've got my first physiotherapy appointment on Thursday morning. I don't have a robot spine. I do believe I said I wish I did. Whoop. When you're trying to hit the save button, but you hit undo instead. Would it be like an Inspector Gadget Extendo Spine? I loved Inspector Gadget when I was a kid, but I actually think the idea of having that kind of body would be terrifying. True confession. Oh, word just erased itself out of my brain. Ah. Perfect. The timer ended as I reached the bottom of a page. Perfection incarnate. I even got an extra page done. Heck yeah. Let me look over chat, but I think we can say this stream was much more successful than our last attempt at streaming. So much stuff. You guys did so much. Joe, I've always been a fugitive. Tell us more. Speaking of waifu games, time to do my dailies. I hope they're going well. I still need to read the new Murderbot. I've been distracted by esports anime and the Red Winter, and the sequel to Long Live Evil is out. I've started watching shows that are getting new seasons, and I have mixed feelings about it. I used to only watch shows that were finished, and now I've started watching ongoing shows, and now I'm like, ugh, I have to wait for things to happen. Much like with books. I don't have 8 pairs of eyes that can all operate independently. I feel you. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I had a robot spine too. I'm tired of hurting mine daily. I feel that. Semi-zoned out, working on the new mini project. Heck yeah. The Extendo spine has an umbrella built into it for rainy days or days at the beach. It would be nice to have a built-in umbrella, but I don't know. Still terrifying. Did you hear that Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson are getting back together to finally work on the promised sequel to a movie they made together? It's been almost 14 years since they made The Adventures of Tintin back in 2012, and we're now to get that sequel that was teased at the end of the movie. That's awesome! The reason why we didn't get the sequel soon is because Peter Jackson had a close friend pass away, and so he took a break from making movies. That's fair. That's very fair if he needed that time. But that's so cool that they're going to get back together and make a sequel. I love it. Guys, I'm going to check out who we can raid here in a minute. But first, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for coming out, for saying hey. So many of you renewed your subscriptions. I'm blown away by the support, honestly. I took a month off. It was a full month without content. And I feel really bad about it because I know that a lot of you have to make choices about where you spend your money, and I truly appreciate that you chose to continue renewing your subscriptions here, even though it was a month without content. I'm really hoping that we can get back into the regular swing of things. I'm probably going to stay off camera for a little while. You guys may have been able to hear, I don't know how much from my mic picked up on it, but there's a lot of wiggling happening as I try to get comfortable and stay comfortable in my chair. So I'm going to stay off camera for now, but I'm hoping that we can get back into the daily, the weekly to-do, definitely this week and next week. I'm hopeful, fingers and toes crossed, that things will continue to go well. Got my PT appointment on Thursday. Hopefully gonna come home from that with good news. So just thank you guys a lot. It means a lot to me that you guys waited and that you were patient and that you came out to support. Listen, how do you take care of yourself? Listen, I know some people have demands of creators, and I appreciate that you guys aren't those people. So thank you. Thank you all for being amazing. The animations are gonna freeze here for a second while I open my Firefox. But let's see who is streaming that we can drop in on. Who's doing stuff? just received a text. Oops. It looks like most of our writing streamers are doing other stuff today. Oh, Cat's Chaos Cafe looks like they might be doing reading and writing. I was gonna say we could drop in on Glowworm, but let's drop in on someone who's doing some productivity. Always read the list twice. You can't rush art, and therefore you can't rush an artist. You can, but it's a dick move. Listen, I've heard so many horror stories from creators with toxic fan bases. I appreciate that you guys are not that. You guys have been massively supportive through this whole thing. There hasn't been a moment where I didn't feel supported, so I wasn't, like, super worried about coming back to stream or anything, or even the amount of time I was gone. But I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you, and how much I appreciate, you know, you guys being the way you are, because it would have been much more stressful and much harder to recover had you guys been not that awesome. Let's get the raid calls going. We are gonna raid Cat's Chaos Cafe. I am gonna be back tomorrow morning, same time, hopefully 10:30 a.m. PST or possibly a little after. Thank you for hanging out, Vinyl. Appreciate. I'm going to be clicky-clacking tomorrow, as I am going to be working on a spicy mixed spice face project. So there will be lots of clicking, lots of clacking, and hopefully just more delightful chaos. You guys are amazing. Again, thank you so much. And as usual, as we head out here, just a reminder to take care of yourselves, get up, stretch, move around, remember to eat and drink, to sleep. Take care of yourself. If you sit a lot like me, I have learned lately the importance of getting up on your breaks, walking around, stretching, counteracting that sitting. It's all about keeping the body happy and maintained. I will see you guys tomorrow. And please, yeah, don't do 8 hours of shrimping. It's bad for you. I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow, and thanks again for being so amazing. I love you guys.